A mother who held a woman captive as a slave inside her squalid home for 25 years has been sentenced to 13 years. Amanda Wixon, 56, forced the woman, now in her 40s, to shave her hair, regularly beat her if she didn't complete jobs around the home, and made her live off scraps of food. It is also understood that while being held, Wixon, a mother of 10, stole more than $100,000 in benefits from the victim. Wixon will serve 2/3 of her sentence.
So we've obviously had an incident reported to us tonight, and I got sufficient information from that incident to arrest you on suspicion of neglect. It's midnight on the 16th of March 2021. Absolutely filthy bedding. You able to just show me bedroom?
Hey?
You right to show me where bedroom is?
Yeah. Why?
Just because I just need to have a look, just because a concern has been reported to us by some unknown party. So we just need to do our due diligence really, just to make sure everything's okay.
Okay.
Police officers who arrived at the house in Tewkesbury, Gloucestershire, following a tip-off from one of Wixon's sons in March 2021, described the victim's bedroom as looking like a prison cell. They found a basic bed with filthy sheets, bare plaster walls, with mould growing on them, and no light bulb. The woman, who we can only identify as Kay, has learning difficulties and knew Wixon when she was a child through family connections. In 1996, she was taken into Wixon's home at the age of 16. Police say that Wixon kept her in squalid conditions for more than 2 decades, forced her to look after her children, locking her in the house, depriving her of food, health and dental care. The jury heard she was beaten with a broom handle, knocking out her teeth, had washing up liquid squirted down her throat, and bleach splashed on her face. Wixon did not allow Kay to wash herself, something she did in secret at night. The court heard how Wixon had strangled the victim and pushed her head down the toilet. Wixon had benefits for the victim paid into her bank account from the late 1990s, receiving more than $100,000 over the years. After being removed from the address, doctors described Kay as malnourished, noting scarring around her mouth, thought to be due to contact with cleaning fluids. Calluses were found on her ankles, consistent with the victim's account of spending hours on her knees sweeping the floor. During sentencing, Judge Ian Lowry, KC, said Wixon was in permanent denial about her offending. The gravity of your offending is so serious that I am imposing a significant period of custody, he said. He added this offending was not isolated and was persistent over many years. Nothing can give back the years lost. The victim now lives with a foster family, attends college, and has been on holidays abroad. In a statement read to the court, the victim said, "For 25 years I have lived in fear, control, and abuse. I was treated as though my life, my freedom, and my voice did not matter. Although my abuser has now been found guilty, the trauma and the nightmares are something I still carry with me every day." She added, "Nothing can give me back the 25 years I lost." Kay's new foster mother described how she had to take her to the doctors and get lots of appointments and try and feed her and show her love. She wasn't used to things like that. She described how when Kay first arrived to live with her, she didn't want me to hug her, but after weeks of support and hard work, she turned around and started being loving. Wixon was convicted in January at Gloucester Crown Court of modern-day slavery offences, including 2 counts of requiring a person to perform forced or compulsory labour, 1 count of false imprisonment, and 3 counts of assault, occasioning actual bodily harm. She was found not guilty of a further count of assault. Outside court, Gloucestershire Police Detective Chief Inspector Dave Shaw-Nye said, "There is no prison sentence that could reflect the pain and suffering Wixon has inflicted on the victim or bring back the decade she stole from her. Detective Superintendent Ian Fletcher from the Gloucestershire Constabulary said this was one of the worst cases he has ever seen. The pure longevity of the harm that's been caused, nearly 25 years of suffering and pain. This is one of the most horrific crimes I've seen investigated by Gloucestershire, he added. Here's some more news from the National Crime Agency. A mother and son who plotted to smuggle 14 kilos of cocaine into the UK have been jailed following a National Crime Agency investigation. Amanda Meadowcroft, 53, of Darwen, Lancashire, was stopped by Border Force officers at Manchester Airport in April 2025 after returning to the UK from the Dominican Republic. At the time, she was serving a suspended sentence for previous smuggling conviction. She was arrested alongside another woman who was caught with 14 packages of cocaine worth approximately $294,000 in her luggage. 2 mobile phones seized from Meadowcroft revealed how she conspired with her son, Bradley Cousins, 34, of Darwen, Lancashire, to bring the drugs into the UK. Text messages showed how Cousins had masterminded the scheme, giving Meadowcroft the choice of a trip to the Dominican Republic in economy or Thailand in first class. He went on to confirm flight and travel logistics, including arrangements to meet people at their apartment and pick up the Class A drugs. Following Meadowcroft's arrest and realising the game was up, Cousins attempted to evade justice by immediately moving location. However, the NCA officers successfully intercepted him in Blackpool in August 2025. Whilst being arrested, Cousins attempted to destroy his phone by smashing it with his handcuffs, injuring an NCA officer in the process. Meadowcroft and Cousins pleaded guilty to importing cocaine at Manchester Crown Court in September 2025, with Cousins also pleading guilty to assaulting an NCA officer. They were sentenced on Thursday, the 12th of March, at the same location to 7 years and 7 years and 6 months respectively. Charles Lee, NCA Senior Investigating Officer, said this criminal family went to great lengths to source and smuggle Class A drugs into the UK. The duo planned and executed an operation born out of greed, culminating in a violent assault on an NCA officer. Thankfully, the officer made a full recovery. Along key partners such as Border Force and Lancashire Police, the NCA will continue to disrupt supply chains and bring criminals like Meadowcroft and Cousins to justice. The woman arrested alongside Meadowcroft was initially charged but subsequently released with no further action. Please like this video, please comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.